Damage to the cerebellum can have profound effects on a person's ability to move, balance, and coordinate. Cerebellar damage can result from various causes, including stroke, tumors, trauma, or degenerative diseases like ataxia. Cerebellar damage can lead to a range of neurological disorders, the most common of which is ataxia. Ataxia is characterized by a lack of coordination and balance, making it difficult for individuals to perform everyday tasks such as walking, speaking, or writing. Other disorders associated with cerebellar damage include dysmetria, inability to control the range of movement, and cerebellar cognitive affective syndrome, CCAS, which affects cognitive functions like planning, attention, and emotional regulation. The impact of cerebellar damage on daily life can be severe. Patients may struggle with basic tasks that require coordination and balance, leading to a loss of independence and reduced quality of life. The emotional toll of living with a cerebellar disorder can also be significant, as patients may experience frustration, anxiety, and depression. Diagnosing cerebellar damage typically involves imaging techniques such as MRI or CT scans, which can reveal structural abnormalities in the cerebellum. In some cases, genetic testing may be used to identify hereditary cerebellar disorders, such as spinocerebellar ataxia. Treatment for cerebellar damage often focuses on managing symptoms and improving quality of life. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy can help patients regain some degree of function and independence. For example, physical therapy may include exercises to improve balance and coordination, while speech therapy can help patients with dysarthria, difficulty speaking, improve their speech clarity. Advancements in pharmacological treatments offer hope for patients with cerebellar disorders. Drugs that target specific neurotransmitter systems in the cerebellum, such as dopamine or serotonin, may help alleviate symptoms and improve motor function. In the future, therapies such as cerebellar implants or gene therapy could offer new avenues for treatment. While the cerebellum is best known for its role in motor control, it also plays a role in cognitive functions and emotional regulation. Cerebellar damage can affect attention, language, and executive function, leading to cognitive impairments that impact daily life. The cerebellum's role in emotional regulation is also significant. Damage to the cerebellum can disrupt the regulation of fear and pleasure responses, leading to mood disorders such as depression or anxiety. Understanding the cerebellum's role in cognition and emotion is an emerging area of research that could lead to new treatments for mood disorders. The concept of the cognitive cerebellum is gaining traction in neuroscience. This idea suggests that the cerebellum is involved in high-level cognitive processes, such as planning, decision-making, and problem-solving. As research in this area continues, it could reshape our understanding of the cerebellum and its role in brain function. The cerebellum's ability to coordinate movement and process sensory input relies on its complex neural circuitry. This circuitry involves various types of fibers and neurotransmitters that work together to fine-tune motor commands. The cerebellar circuitry is composed of two main types of fibers, mossy fibers and climbing fibers. Mossy fibers originate from various sources, including the spinal cord and brainstem, and project to the cerebellar cortex. They synapse onto granule cells, which in turn send parallel fibers to synapse onto Purkinje cells. The Purkinje cells then send inhibitory signals to the deep cerebellar nuclei, which serve as the cerebellum's output channels. Climbing fibers, on the other hand, originate from the inferior olive in the brainstem and project directly to Purkinje cells. Each Purkinje cell receives input from a single climbing fiber, which provides powerful excitatory input. This unique arrangement allows the climbing fibers to play a key role in motor learning and synaptic plasticity. The cerebellum circuitry also involves long-term potentiation, LTP, and long-term depression, limited, which are forms of synaptic plasticity. LTP and limited occur at the synapses between parallel fibers and Purkinje cells, allowing the cerebellum to adjust the strength of these connections based on experience. This plasticity is crucial for motor learning, as it allows the cerebellum to fine-tune motor commands in response to changing conditions. The cerebellum receives input from various neurotransmitter systems, including dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and acetylcholine. These neurotransmitters play a role in modulating cerebellar activity and influencing motor control. Dopamine, for example, is involved in reward processing and motor control. Dysregulation of the dopaminergic system in the cerebellum can lead to movement disorders, such as Parkinson's disease. Similarly, serotonin is involved in mood regulation and motor control, and disruptions in the serotonergic system can affect both mood and movement. The cerebellum's cholinergic system is also important for motor control and learning. Acetylcholine, the primary neurotransmitter in the cholinergic system, is involved in synaptic plasticity and modulating cerebellar activity. Understanding how these neurotransmitter systems interact with the cerebellum could lead to new treatments for movement disorders and other neurological conditions. Recent technological advances have revolutionized cerebellar research. Techniques such as optogenetics, electrophysiology, and advanced imaging allow scientists to study the cerebellum's functions in unprecedented detail. Optogenetics, for instance, allows researchers to control the activity of specific neurons in the cerebellum using light. This technique has provided new insights into the role of different cell types and circuits in motor control and learning. Similarly, electrophysiology allows scientists to record the activity of individual neurons in the cerebellum, shedding light on how these neurons process information and contribute to movement. Advanced imaging techniques, such as functional MRI, fMRI, and diffusion tensor imaging, DTI, have also expanded our understanding of the cerebellum. These techniques allow researchers to visualize the cerebellum's connections with other parts of the brain and study its role in cognitive and emotional processes. As these technologies continue to evolve, they will likely lead to new discoveries about the cerebellum and its role in brain function. Future research may reveal new therapeutic targets for treating cerebellar disorders and other neurological conditions. The thalamus, a large mass of gray matter located in the dorsal part of the diencephalon, plays a central role in relaying sensory and motor signals to the cerebral cortex. It is often described as the brain's relay station, as it processes and transmits information between different brain regions. The thalamus is composed of several nuclei, each of which has specific functions. These nuclei receive input from various sensory and motor systems and send output to different parts of the cerebral cortex. For example, the lateral geniculate nucleus, LGN, processes visual information, while the ventral posterior nucleus, VPN, processes somatosensory information. The thalamus also plays a crucial role in regulating states of consciousness, sleep, and wakefulness. It is involved in generating and maintaining the brain's oscillatory rhythms, which are essential for sleep and alertness. Disruptions in thalamic function can lead to sleep disorders and affect overall brain function. The thalamus and cerebellum are closely connected, with the cerebellum sending output to the thalamus through the cerebellothalamic pathway. This pathway is essential for coordinating voluntary movements, as the thalamus relays cerebellar signals to the motor cortex, which then sends motor commands to the muscles. Disruptions in the cerebellothalamic pathway can lead to movement disorders such as essential tremor, a condition characterized by involuntary shaking. In Parkinson's disease, the thalamus is often targeted by deep brain stimulation, DBS, to alleviate tremor and improve motor function. DBS involves implanting electrodes in the thalamus to modulate its activity and reduce tremor. Studying the interaction between the thalamus and cerebellum is crucial for understanding and treating movement disorders. This research has the potential to improve treatments for conditions like Parkinson's disease and essential tremor, as well as provide insights into the broader role of the thalamus in motor control. The thalamus is involved in various neurological and psychiatric disorders, including thalamic stroke, schizophrenia, and depression. Thalamic stroke can lead to sensory and motor deficits, as well as cognitive impairments. In schizophrenia, abnormalities in thalamic function have been linked to symptoms such as hallucinations and delusions. Deep brain stimulation, DBS, is a promising treatment for thalamic-related disorders. DBS involves implanting electrodes in the thalamus to modulate its activity and improve symptoms. This treatment has been particularly effective in reducing tremor in Parkinson's disease and essential tremor. Future research may reveal new therapeutic targets within the thalamus for treating neurological and psychiatric disorders. As our understanding of thalamic function continues to grow, so too does the potential for developing innovative treatments that can improve quality of life for patients. The cerebellum is a complex and versatile part of the brain that plays a critical role in motor control, cognitive processes, and emotional regulation. While its primary function is to ensure smooth and coordinated movements, its involvement in cognition and emotion is becoming increasingly recognized. Continued research into the cerebellum's broader functions and its interactions with other brain regions, such as the thalamus, is essential for understanding and treating neurological disorders. The cerebellum's adaptability and plasticity make it a promising target for innovative therapies that could improve motor function, cognitive abilities, and emotional well-being. As our understanding of the cerebellum deepens, we may unlock new insights into brain function and discover new ways to treat a wide range of neurological and psychiatric conditions. The future of cerebellar research holds great promise for advancing neuroscience and improving the lives of individuals affected by brain disorders.